Welcome everybody to the Renovated Thinking podcast.
Hey.
We all over here. We got Ray and Andrade, and it's myself, Dion. We back again with another video, man. This one is gonna be good. We was looking forward to this. We were talking about this topic, and you know, we all had our personal feelings about this topic, and we really, really wanted to do this. So we out here, and it's gonna be a really fun conversation, to be honest with you. So. My day has been busy. My day will continue to be busy.
Word.
After we done with the podcast.
Same here.
You know, it's just been a crazy day. I've been running around with like a chicken with my head cut off, dealing with everything. You know, I got like 5 meetings, well, 6 if you include this today. So, and I got one more after. So, yeah, it's been a busy day.
Hey, that's the cost of being productive.
Yeah, man.
Trying to be successful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely.
Same here, basically. You know, I was at St. Thomas University working with them boys. Yeah, when I left, we was losing, but I hope they pulled it out because I didn't know Kaiser had a football team, and they're good. They're actually ranked.
Really?
Yes, Kaiser University. Oh. Yes. So
that's decent.
I heard they had a football team.
Yes.
I heard about that.
They actually raw, like they real. They look decent. Like they look not even decent. They look good. So yeah. So
that's crazy.
Weather,
they got blue jerseys and everything.
Yeah, like baby blue. They look kind of like
baby
UNC.
baby blue and white.
Yeah, they look like UNC. Kind of sorta, but
that is interesting.
So I've been doing that. You know, working, progressing, all that good stuff.
Okay, that's good. That's good. What about you?
I feel like it's like a non-stop thing.
Non-stop.
Like just constantly going. No matter what. You remember how I was saying that sometimes you don't have time to think about yourself or like just take a breather?
I know you gotta do that.
Nah. But yeah, honestly just you know, I've been working on the small periods of time that I have. Just like I was with Lion the other day. I came home. I don't even remember what time I came home. I was like, you know what? Lion, hey, I don't even remember what I said. I said, something about going to look at houses just to, you know, spend some time, you know, with somebody, just do something that don't require work.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always busy. It's always busy. But I'm happy. I'm good.
That's good.
I'm great.
She ain't tell me that she was going to look at houses, but you know, we good. It's cool though.
It'll be like that.
It's cool.
I still gotta, you know, look. The move is next month. Gotta get it going, man.
Yeah, congratulations to y'all on that, for real.
Well.
So yeah, that's good, man. Life is good. We all blessed.
Amen.
We all here. Everybody look healthy. You know what I'm saying? So that's what matters, man. And you know, being healthy and everybody being in their well-built, you know, being in their own well-being is what matters for everybody in this room. But it's not the same for some other people. I honestly do not understand how people do it. I don't understand the psyche. I don't understand the psychology behind somebody who just wants bad for people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I really, if you think about it, if you really think about it,
I do understand that a little bit.
You do,
because I feel like they have self things going on within themselves, like kind of confidence issues or whatever it is. Sometimes I feel like they have things within themselves, like a bully.
Yeah.
Like a bully or someone like the Joan on people all the time. You're like, yo, they be having things going on with themselves. Like I forgot somebody else said that. They said they're Joan on people to keep their attention off of them because, like, say for instance, like they had a hole in their shoe or something. So they feel like if they Joan on this person all day, you're not gonna notice that they got a hole in their shoe. You get what I'm saying? Like to distract you and get the light off them. You know?
Yeah. That's one way to put it.
But let
that's,
them know what we're talking about. We're talking about haters.
Yeah. Today we talking about haters. They see it in the title.
Haters.
They know.
Haters.
They know. And if you know you are one, you probably not gonna want to watch this episode. But it's cool. It's cool. You here?
Yeah.
You here? So watch.
And you clicked on it.
You clicked on it.
but perhaps this can help you evolve and transform into out of a hater, and into a supporter.
Hallelujah.
Yeah,
that's
you don't have to be a hater your whole life,
right? It could change.
It could change.
That's a lot of energy. That is a lot of energy.
What, to hate somebody, right?
Jesus.
Cause think about it. You could all the energy that you invest hating on somebody and spying on them and trying to figure out what they doing with their life, you could be investing into your life.
For real.
Care about
energy,
yourself for once.
Because
it don't hurt.
Right. There's no more. Energy comes in all different types of forms. There's so many different forms of energy. They don't have to be negative. You know what I'm saying? You could really put them in a positive light. It's such a negative world out here. And just for you to add to that, just because I honestly feel like, this podcast is called Renovated Thinking. And it is about changing your thinking, shifting it and improving your thinking. That's what it's about. And, hopefully, if you are somebody else's hater, you'll be able to, change and shift gears. And when we go through this episode and we talk about certain things, if you realize, dang, I have a tendency of doing this, I have a tendency of being that, even amongst each other, we can walk away from this improving from that standpoint.
True.
So that's what we're going to do. So we really about to get deep into this.
I feel like some people hate. When I think about it, some people hate and don't even realize they hate you. I just thought about it. Like, I've had situations where I'll speak to family about certain ambitions and stuff like that, even from when I was a youth till now. I would tell them certain things that I want to do, and they don't give me no positive feedback on it, or and before, as a child, people fail to realize, like, when you have a hater mentality, or when you do, like I said, you don't even realize you're hating sometimes. Like, if your child tell you as a boy, he say, I want to dance, or I want to do this, or whatever, it don't even matter what it is, and it's not the norm, a lot of times people shut it down. Like, prime example, if your child say, Dad, I want to play water polo, especially as a black child from an inner city, they going to look at you like, what? What is water polo? Yeah. Some people don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
You feel? It's like water soccer. So basically, so basically, it's like, imagine that as a child, somebody tell you whatever it is you want to do in your dream, your aspiration, especially if you look up to them. And they hold a lot of, and they're heavy impact on your life. Yeah. And they tell you, you can't do that, or you shouldn't do that. You feel me? Like, you just crushed that whole child's dream. Yes. You never know what that child could have achieved if you just say, go try it. Yeah. Even if you don't know what they talking about, just go try it. Especially if it's something positive. Go ahead, let's go see, look up some water polo classes. Let's see what that do. Or look it up on YouTube, see what it's about. So just be mindful of who you deter, because sometimes like I've had a lot of people come up to me and say they want to rap, and say they rap, they want to do music. Don't get me wrong, not all their music is the best music, but at the end of the day, everybody didn't just wake up the best. You had to work at it. You had to grind at it. You had to fall. You had to learn. You had to get booed off stage. You had to, you know what I'm saying, get your music stolen. You had to go through so many trials and tribulations to achieve greatness. Right. So for me to tell you, when you just started, or you haven't even been doing this over a year, 2, 3 years, 4, 5 years, to tell you trash, who am I to say that? Especially if I ain't no music executive. Don't get me wrong. I listen to my music and I love my music, but I just support you. Go, bro, you sound decent. You sound good. If I feel they sound good, work on your craft. Even if you one of the best people I've ever heard, I'm gonna tell you to work on your craft. Because at the end of the day, you can always grow. You can always be better.
Always grow, right?
So,
and people start at different levels. That's a good point. People start at different levels, man. Some people, people have natural talents. You know what I'm saying? For some people, you're like, there's some rappers that's out now that have been hot for the last couple years, that they started rapping a couple years ago. Yeah, yes. And they out here and people know them for real. Right. And, versus there may be some people who've been rapping.
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz.
A good example. Well, AKA Titty Boy.
Yeah.
When he first came out, he was decent, but he was nowhere near as he is now. I would really call him the most improved rapper out, like, that I could recall. Like, he really went from, he is very well improved.
He's well improved, but 2 Chainz been out here, bro.
Yeah, exactly. That's
2 Chainz been out here.
He was on Kings of Crunk.
Yeah.
From the windows to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, and probably before then. That's one of the older albums I know of him.
Because that's what I realized when I look back at some things from years ago, bro. I'm talking about back almost 20, bro. I look at certain things, I be like, yo, is that 2 Chainz?
Right.
Look completely different.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that same album put Pitbull on the map as well.
Mm-hmm.
With that freestyle he did on Kings of Crunk.
Mm.
Yeah. I believe once you start comparing, actually, you realize even then how much backlash people got.
Mm-hmm.
And as they, of course, as you continue to progress, people gonna always have something to say.
People gonna always have something to say. And that's one of my points today that I want to make to people, man. When you got haters, you're doing something good.
Exactly. You're relevant.
You're doing something good. There's no way you can't. One thing, when you want to achieve greatness, you could be a person of the most pure heart. I'm talking about philanthropy and
everything.
Everything. Like you do so much and you give and you give and you give.
Look at him, so holy, doing everything right. How dare they? That's really how they be feeling. Like,
how
dare they?
Talking
doing
about
all this good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Talking about, like, what I'm saying? People look at you like, yo, who you think you is? Oh, now you Oprah, or now you, like, what you on? And I'm just like, bro, I ain't do nothing but do a little. People, it'll be something little as I put something together. Me and some people of mine will go do like a feed the homeless thing. Something simple. It's not nothing crazy. It's not like we fed thousands of people or something. But we went down to downtown Miami. It was a few of us, and we'll load up a truck. We'll pass out food. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Something simple like that. And when people find out about it, I'll never forget that there was one time on Facebook years ago when I was a teenager and I did it, because I did it one time. I was 17, and I put it together with a good friend of mine. And when we did it, I got 3 people to put a red flag on that post when I posted it. We posted ourselves feeding the homeless, and people reported it for being inappropriate. That's how bad it gets.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
But the crazy part is we could watch somebody get gunned down in the streets, watch fights that's blood and gory. Mm-hmm. When somebody doing something for community, they red flag that.
Red flag. I don't like, I couldn't fathom it. I was like, yo.
So what's really going on?
But at the end of the day, you can't feed those type of people your energy. Because at the end of the day, like, if you have a lot of positive things to do, like you said, how many meetings you have today after this?
I have one more.
One more meeting? Okay, but how many meetings you did today?
5 so far, so I got 6.
So far, 6. Do you think you got time to worry about haters?
Nope.
And be successful and be efficient?
I love y'all. I love y'all with all my heart, man, because, bro, like, I'm the type of person, man, like, you don't do nothing but add fuel to me. I don't allow anybody to take from me. You're not going to come and snatch from my soul, snatch from my energy and take out of me. And I'm not going to walk in a room and walk in with an energy that's off because of something you said, something you did. I don't care. I could go put something out and people could have negative comments all they want to. Okay. It is what it is. But I know what I'm doing. I know that I'm doing it at a good heart, and that's it. So that's something that a lot of people have to understand, because, you'll hear, oh, okay, somebody hating, and you hear people hating, and then you feeding it. Oh, who is it? And you trying to talk. I done seen people with big platforms, millions of followers, and and they put up. I ain't gonna say that they live in lavish, because you never know how people really living, but that's the persona they give off.
Mm-hmm.
But they have time to be on Instagram and go, toe to toe with every single person that got something off to say. But when somebody says something positive in their comments, which most of the comments would be, like I'm not gonna say who, but there was there's somebody, he came up in Instagram and now he's just famous, period. And it was a while back. He put something up. He got engaged to this girl. The girl that he got engaged to, he had only been with for, I think, 10 months or something like that. They slashed him. A lot of people slashed him for it. Now, me, how I look at it, I'd be like, yo, I don't know what
right.
If 10 months went by and you felt like that's who's for you, that's your business.
How did they know they was together 10 months?
They put it out.
Exactly my point. Volunteering information. And that's another thing.
Yeah.
Bro, people only know as much as you give them.
Mm-hmm.
If people don't know what you're doing, how they gonna hate on you?
Yeah.
So sometimes you just need to keep what you're doing on the hush until you achieve it.
Yes.
Prime example,
yes.
Tyler Perry. When he was building that crazy dope studio.
Yep.
Not even a studio, I don't even know what to call that. That's a compound. That's a compound like that.
300-acre
city.
Man,
He got a mini city.
He built a town
because he kept it on the hush.
That's amazing, man.
And what happened to Cosby when he opened his mouth? But that's for another topic.
Ooh.
But that's still haters, though. That's still haters. Sometimes you so big, boy, your haters will be some of the people you never thought would be a hater, boy.
Yeah, for real.
It's true.
And
the government will be your hater.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You could be so,
just because they can't have you.
Mm-hmm.
Or just they can't control you. Well, I guess it's
the
same
thing,
right?
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It's the same thing.
Because if they there's a lot of people like for example, like there's some businesses out there, man, like it when it comes to people, when you having haters, if we gonna really dissect in this episode, I got some notes, so we really about to get into that. They come from so many directions that the best thing for you to do for yourself, like Jade was saying, is to just steer forward at what you're supposed to be doing. And people's opinion, and when I say opinion and hatred, there is a line between hatred and just blatant blatant whatever, and a thing of criticism. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? And you have to know that difference, because what we're telling you, we don't want, like, for example, if somebody comes to me with a business idea, I don't want people to think that, say they come to me with a business idea and they tell me, hey, Dion, I'm thinking about doing something like this, and then it goes like this, and you explain the process to me. I may challenge you a little bit. I may be like, okay, and give you some things to think about.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, yo, if I feel like it's dope, I'll be like, yo, it's dope. I like the sound of it. It sounds like it have a lot of potential. Mm-hmm. I think you should do it. What I want you to think about is this, if you haven't yet, or that, and I'll give you that. There's sometimes people took it as me saying, oh, so I guess what you don't feel like it's a good idea. And I ain't say, bro, I ain't hating on you, kid. I don't want nothing you got. I'm just saying, you just came to me with an idea. I appreciate the fact that you felt like you should, that you want to come to me.
Good, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to give you my honest opinion. Now, when it comes to hating on people, I'm not perfect, but I can admit that when it comes to hating on people, bro, I don't envy a man or woman on this earth, bro. Like, what you got is what you got. I'm going to go get me. And that's why I always say, everybody around me, I want the best for you. I want the best for you. I care about it, but not everybody has that same feeling. So that's why I have a quote that I have put here, and it says, in the midst of achieving greatness, people will love you and people will hate you. But the people who truly love you will tell you when you're doing right from wrong.
That's real. That's facts. That's
because I would know. Okay, for example, I'd be like, okay, I'll get people to tell me, okay, yo, this is like, for example, when we first put up the podcast, I had a lot of people coming to me, tell me about the episodes, what they liked about it. I'd be like, okay, man, that's dope. I appreciate the support. Keep watching, stuff like that. And it's different for people that's closer to you. It's not hating. Your mama ain't hating on you just because she may give you more criticism than everybody else. Because my mom is my, she's been my number one support, but also my number one critic. My mom be like, I'll have a basketball game, and the basketball game will go, and I'll have a good game. I have a good game, we'll win and everything. And my teammates, congratulate me. People in the crowd, everything. I'm feeling the love. I'm getting the love. My mama give me some of the love too. She'll be like, but you missed 2 free throws today. You tripping. You need to get on that line.
But that's motivation though.
But that's motivation. Yeah. And some people take that as hating. They'll be like, but I had a good game. Like, why you worrying about 2 free throws? And why you do? It's not, no.
It depends on how you take it.
It depends, but it should. And that's the thing.
I feel like you also have to take account what are their intentions. Because at the end of the day, I'm that type of friend. I'm that type of family member. I'm going to tell you what you want to hear no matter what. You're going to be mad. I ain't going to lie. Sometimes I do need to work on my delivery. Sometimes I do. Mm-hmm. But my intentions are pure. And I always try to tell people that before they really, feel it. Mm-hmm. Like, yo, at the end of the day, bro, I got the best for you. I mean the best for you. I just want you to grow. And that's it. And if you got something for me, let me know, because I want to grow too. You feel me? And you have to be willing. That's the one thing. Whenever it's somebody, because not all criticism and critiquing is hating. Right. That's the number one rule. Like, some people don't understand that. And like I said, I went through that. Mm-hmm. Remember, I told you though, like the second episode, I told you I went through that when I felt like one of my close friends, because that's what I consider him now. One of my close friends was hating on me, but he wasn't. He was trying to motivate me. He was trying to light a fire within me that I didn't even see in myself. Right. Good. That's when it's hard for you to understand it's not hating. When it's something that you don't even see in you. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just, sometimes you just have to take a step back. And differentiate. Exactly. And if you really know this person and know their character, then you know where they're coming from. Mm-hmm. True. And differentiate. And that's why that goes down to, I would always say, I feel like I've said this on this podcast before, to, to control your surroundings and also the people that's in your ear. When I was saying this before in a previous episode, I meant it in a completely different light. It had nothing to do with people. So now, when I'm saying this now, I mean it in a completely different, in a different shape or fashion. Now I'm talking about the fact that people will do certain things to make you slow down if they feel like you're moving too fast. It sounds completely selfish, because it is, but people will do that. People will discourage you from doing things that you know is best for you, that they know is best for you. They're gonna discourage you from doing it. They're gonna be like, man, I'm thinking about, like, you could already have one successful business, and you could, just utter the fact that you want to start another one. And they'll look at you and be like, but you already got this going on.
Like, why?
For what? And I look at you like, come on, man. And again, it's a slippery slope. It's, you got to really see, because it may be, you got to see the intentions of what somebody's talking about. You got to look at it into context.
Or ask the why.
Sometimes
when you say stuff like that, you have to explain the why to people.
Yeah.
You have to. In certain situations, to be honest with you, you learn that as a leader and in management training. Sometimes when you say certain things to people, you have to explain the why so they mind don't wander off. Because most people always think negative. Unfortunately, most people think they're negative. So if you tell somebody, say a statement like that, and if you don't follow it up with the why, because I feel you need to focus more on this business so you can get that off the ground first. You know what I'm saying? Give a reason. Don't just be like, nah, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
What you mean, nah, I shouldn't? Like,
because there's
elaborating it. Like,
yeah, because there's exactly, because there could be a difference between somebody telling you, hey, you got too many things going on at one time. You need to let something grow first before you continue.
And mean it in a genuine way.
Right, and mean it in a genuine way. Yeah. And it's pure. You know what I'm saying? Versus somebody who sees you being successful at one business and then you want to kick off a whole nother one, and they're just like, they can't fathom the thought of you being successful in two businesses at the same time. Because they don't have one successful business.
Right.
So they can't even, they don't even want to process the thought of you having two.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's again, and that's why it's a slippery slope. You have to look at the context of what people are saying. But that's one thing. Another thing is some people that you come up with or you brought up with you would literally curse your name and pray on your downfall. That's another thing. That's and crazy. It sucks. It sucks. A lot of black.
I really can't. That mindset, I really can't understand.
I really don't understand that. And you've seen, there's a lot of, and that's one thing that I love about 90s black movies. These are the type of lessons that you learn from, like, for example, we talking about this topic right now, I think of New Jack City. You know what I'm saying? There is a thing of, you know, people coming up together, or then you bring somebody up, you know, with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When you bring somebody up with you, you know what I'm saying? You start, you know, you done gave them everything. You done laid it on the table for them. And for some reason, they're willing to turn on you. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. There's a difference between men and women with envy. There's a difference.
Touchy then.
Yeah. Watch this. Men are worse.
Really?
Yes.
Did you expect that?
No.
Yes. I'm going to tell you why.
Maybe secretive.
Secretive? No. It can go either way with secretive. But what you will do out of your envy is worse with men than women. If a woman is envious of another woman, of another woman, it is less likely that it's going to cause that woman to go to that other woman's house and shoot them in the head just because you can't have what they have. I'm going to be honest. On a personal level, I'm not even talking about on a public. No, that's true. We could talk about that. But I know that as far as it has been for men in my own personal, not only in my own personal life, but what I've seen around me, I've seen guys be like, something as simple as, this kid, this guy, you know, he got this, he got that going for himself. And we went to the same middle school. We went to the same high school. I'm here and he there for what?
You heard somebody say this?
And yes. I've never, and I will always believe that because, I've seen it on multiple occasions. And it would turn out in a man just doing some crazy stuff. And he would know, you would know that it doesn't come out in a situation where you're able to obtain what they had. But for some reason, because you don't have it, you feel like they shouldn't either. And I can't stand that. I done seen some crazy stuff.
And these were supposed to be your friends?
In my life.
And these were supposed to be your friends?
Everybody know. There's certain people.
But they was in your circle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's I separate myself from quick. That's why if somebody felt this way, they never vocalize that shit around me, because I'm not with that. I dare you to say something like that around me. I won't say nothing to you, but all of a sudden you just won't see me around you no more.
That'll happen with me. But what I won't do is, if you talking about somebody else around me, I may just look at you and be like, Okay. Exactly. And in the back of my head, I go, oh.
Right.
Oh. Yeah, this ain't good.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, whole snake out here.
Because you have
you're a
whole
stick
snake. Stick around just to see how you doing, but to nail you down. Mm-hmm. Just to nail you down. They can secretly hate you.
Yeah.
And be like, and want to be everywhere you at, just to hate on you even more.
Yes, exactly.
But I'm kind of confused with that, because that's something like, because I've witnessed. That's when you said the female thing. I'm like, what? Because I've seen females really hate on females off the site.
Hate on. No. Like hate that. On. No, now that. That's why I said, in a sense of just envy, period, it goes both ways. Like, humans are humans. I get that. Crazy. But if you want to talk about envy turning into death,
that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
We don't.
I see that on our side.
Yeah, we don't.
I don't see that on the other
side. It turns to fighting, but I don't think it turns to death.
When it comes to death,
unless I feel like they man, then you talking about death. Once you start messing their man or their money, then you talking about death.
Then you talking about death. Yeah. If they really like that.
Yeah. No, some of them, all right.
No, if they really like that.
Right.
If they really like that,
you can push one that wasn't like that to be like that.
Yeah.
Play with it.
Yeah. So, that's something, but from my opinion, not only based off of my observation, that's how I feel. I feel like, it's not to say that men are more envious than women are, because that is not true.
No, but I get what you say. They're basically more
dangerous. But we're more dangerous when we're envious.
I could take that.
So, yeah, that's that. Yeah. But another thing is, some people may try to bring up your past to shackle your future and shackle your present. What I mean is that, for example,
like Vic, what they do to Vic all the time.
Going
no, so far as with the dog situation, like, he did his time and is over with. He's giving back to the community as well, as far as philanthropy work, and they still on him till this last Pro Bowl. They was boycotting him. Really?
Yeah, that's true.
But yet there's other people, other players in the league that has multiple things against them, rape multiple times. They don't even mention it. It don't even get mentioned. Yeah. That's sad, bro. They push under the rug. I say it straight up. Ben Roethlisberger has raped multiple women. Multiple women, and they don't even talk about it, and that's messed up.
Yeah,
because like I said, look what happened to AB. Not condoning anything he has done, but look how much they throwing him under the rug. But you don't even talk about Ben Roethlisberger multiple times. That's probably why he's feeling this way, AB, because he's like, yo, my quarterback was just doing that multiple times. Ain't nobody say nothing. But that's just crazy. So that's why I feel like, at the end of the day, but sometimes you gotta let things go. Especially if somebody's made a mistake. If somebody made a mistake and they have shown multiple times trying to overcome it and show that they have, redeemed themselves, let it go. Right.
Yeah.
Because that's hating. You really hating on them now. Because they're trying to progress and turn another chapter in their life. You haven't lived your whole life perfect.
Right.
Yeah. So that's people will literally try to drag your past and bag your.
You're like, no, you can't progress because you did this.
And even with your personality and a character change, like, if you know what I'm saying, like, even it doesn't even have to be like you having a bad past. It could even be something like, for example, Ray. Ray used to be a lot more quiet, a lot more, not, she wasn't also, she was always inverted, introverted, right? And say, okay, Ray gets to a place where she wants to lead something big. I'm not gonna get specific, but she wants to lead something really big, and she wants to lead a mass of people. And how people see it is that in order for you to be a leader of a mass of people, you got to be an extrovert,
right?
Not an introvert.
Got to have a voice.
But because of that, there may be people in Ray's life that may have known her all her life. Could be people who's related, just saying hypothetically, not seriously, but there could be people in her life who know her all her life, and they knew her for most of her life to be an introvert and nothing but, and be like, Ray, Ray the dude, and Ray, and they may not even recognize that Ray is growing right in front of their eyes. Yeah. That her character is evolving from what she was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. There's a difference. So people can look at her character from all those years ago and be like, I don't see you doing that. Yeah, you don't see the 14-year-old Ray doing this. You see the Ray but the Ray now is highly capable. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's something but there's sometimes that people really don't, they don't really look and notice. Like me, there could be people that, I might have not seen in years. And after a while, when I see them, even before I see him, if somebody mentions to me, hey, remember, buddy from years ago? Yo, he's doing this now. I'd be like, he doing what? Right. Like, for real? That's interesting.
People, exactly. There are people out there who can accept that, who can't accept the fact that you're allowing yourself to continue to progress, to move on from your past. And they'll look down on you for it. Yeah, they will look down on you for it.
For what you've been through.
I feel like it's because they feel like you're surpassing them, and whatever it is in life. Yeah, kind of getting like, oh, how can this person at one point I felt like I was more superior than? Yeah. Now they get into a position that I'm starting to feel inferior.
They don't like that. They don't like that. And if you don't like it, do something about it. Don't hate on me because of it.
Tighten up. Just tighten up.
Let that be known. Dang, my peers doing this, you doing that. Like, for example, I like to put myself around other highly productive people. You know what I'm saying? So if I go off for a week, let's say I do a week and I slack off. Say from one Sunday that we hear in the podcast, and I spend an entire week not getting my stuff together, not getting my stuff done, not being progressive at all, right? And then I come here and I say, hey, everybody, welcome to the Renovated podcast. And I'm asking y'all how y'all week went and how everything went. And you tell me, yo, I had a productive week. You tell me I had a productive week. Am I going to hate on you because you had a productive week and I know I didn't? No. For me, I'd be like, and I'd be honest, I ain't going to lie. I did it. Right. And if my peers can do it, obviously I need to make sure I do better.
Yeah, that's
all. You know what I'm saying? That's all it has to do.
Accountability. Competition should just be that, but you use that competition as motivation.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's all it should be. You shouldn't take it to offense and start hating on somebody because it's like, oh well, he moving forward and I don't know where I'm at right now. Where I'm just stuck in the same place. All right, well, keep it moving. Like, keep going. Use that as your motivation to progress and let it be that.
Right.
Don't set out to put somebody down because it's like, oh well, what do you, all that energy you putting into trying to bring them down? It's like, yo, you can move on with yourself.
Right.
There's no problem in that.
Exactly. And that's why another thing, people will also hate on you for the light that you bring in a room. Like, my God, man, people, the energy that you bring into a room, the energy that because you have certain people and that it's a special thing, man. It's a special thing. And I noticed that in some people. There's just every now and then you have these special people who every place they walk into, they shift everything. They shift the energy in the room. They shift the energy in the people. And when they walk out, you feel it missing again.
Exactly.
Yeah. What's the problem with that? I mean, you being you, and people will hate on you for being you.
I like it because I feed off that type of energy because I'm really like low key, like chill. So when somebody comes, like they're real hyper, kind of balance each other out. So them times when I need to pep up, they help me. Their energy go on me. You know what I'm saying? Pep up, like, hey.
Yeah. And there's a few people, there's a good few people that I know that's just naturally like that in different ways. You know, I know people who, you know, they just not only like Xavier, you know, who has high energy and who comes with a positive energy. Yeah, he comes with a positive energy.
Uplift everybody,
you know, all the time. You know what I'm saying? And then you have some people who are just natural at, you know, they can make people laugh. They shift conversations. They bring up conversations. They make it flow. Just naturally, like they just are just like that. You know what I'm saying? And me, I could be low key sometimes, so I wouldn't even consider myself, you know, always in a category like that. But definitely, like I know people like that, and people hate on other people for that.
Yeah, because they wish they was in that position.
Right.
That's how I feel. Or they wish they had that courage and charisma to persuade people and make people feel the way they do. So they're like, dang, I wish I could do that. I wish people could smile at me like that. I wish people could give me energy like that.
Yeah.
And little do you know,
work on yourself, bro. If you work on yourself, you'll be straight.
Sometimes you don't even realize that that person might not be having the best day. They could be going through whatever it is, but you know, they put on the front. So for you to sit there and hate on them and just talk crap, you know, but it's just like, for what?
Yeah. So.
And I think one thing for me, is parents. Parents,
they could be your biggest haters.
When you have a child, and you see them wanting to do good for themselves, and they're not the type to want to live off of you for the rest of their life, because you got people like that. You got kids like that who want to stay up in they, you know, parents' house and their mom house, lay up, have no job. You know what I'm saying? Want to do, you know, have nothing to do for themselves. But if you see your child wanting to work for themselves or start their own business or you know, anything, do not pull them down. Please. When they come to you about what they feel like they should do, or a predicament that they might be in, or something that they're inspired by, don't push that. Don't push that away. Don't say, "Oh well, I don't like that. I don't think you should do that. That's stupid." You know,
as long as there's something positive.
Exactly.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of parents do that when they feel they're not familiar with it.
Right.
Right.
Or they don't know anything about it, so they'll put it down. In that case, if you don't know anything about whatever your child is into, find somebody who can mentor them on it. That's your job as a parent.
Or make it, because I feel like as a parent, man, you should definitely involve yourself in whatever your kid likes.
Or try to learn it. Yeah.
Try to learn it along with them. If, like, for example, when I have kids, you know, I have certain sports that I have familiarity with, you know, and there's some sports that I know and I may see, but I have no experience in being involved in doing it, and I don't know. I may not completely understand how the game works. But at the same time, I always say, I want at least one son and at least one daughter to want to be an athlete. You know, and if they don't want to be an athlete, it's okay, because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to live through my kids that way and have them do something that they don't want to do.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Sometimes in some cases, the parents are trying to, you know, live out their lives through their kids. So whatever they do, whatever they want to do, is like, nah, you know. So I'm gonna shoot down everything that you tell me, because that's not what I want you to do.
Right, like you gonna do this.
Right, or the fact that they couldn't do it when they were a child.
Exactly.
Right.
And I don't like that. When I see things like that, because I see it often. I can never understand why you would feel the need to knee your child in the stomach when it comes to a passion. I will never understand it.
Right.
Yeah, if you really feel like, well, you have hate in your heart, and you don't even realize it. That's not fair. That is not fair.
And you know, that's something that for people to even do something like that, they get caught up in it, and they actually, those parents, it's not even like they have bad intentions, because they really don't. They want the best for their child, but they see it in a certain way. You know, I see you doing this, and I see you doing that. I don't see you doing whatever you think you got going on.
But that's your opinion.
You young. You don't know better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's your opinion. You feel me?
And everybody got an opinion. Everybody has an opinion.
And everybody had their own life.
Right.
And you got to live your life.
Right.
Because don't nobody got to walk around and be Dion Ema but me.
Exactly.
So I'm not going to live for my mom. I'm not going to live for my dad's dream, my mom's dream, or anybody else's dream. I'm going to live for my purpose of being here.
Right.
Nobody else's. What your purpose is, everybody has a purpose. And I want everybody in this room to fulfill their purpose.
Right.
Absolutely true. Yeah, you have to identify it. And when you do and you work towards it, I'm not gonna hate on it. I'm not gonna hate on, because what your purpose is, what you got for you is what you got for you.
Right.
Exactly.
I'm not Jade. I'm not Ray. Bruh, like, what's for you is for you. I'm not gonna look at what's for you and be like, I want to take this and I want to take that, or you don't deserve this and you don't. It's yours for a reason. It happened for a reason. It worked for a reason. You succeeded at it for a reason. You got it for a reason. You went through the experiences you went through for a reason. And that's it. There is no in ends or buffs about it. It's if you're successful at something, you're successful at it for a reason. That's the way that the world works. You know, so that's that. So when it comes to parents, I don't see myself like, and it may not even be on a hating thing. It's just a thing of you want to live through your kids, and that's not okay either, because kids, whatever you want to do, do it. You know what I'm saying? So there's also something that I also have here, and it says that there will always be naysayers to what you want to achieve, a praiser to your failures, and an envious person in your triumph. One person will be a naysayer to what you want to achieve, a praiser to your failures, and an envious person in the midst of your triumph. That is deep, because that meshes the bad and the negative envy in somebody, wrapped all up in one thing, in a gift. Yeah. There goes a whole hater for you right there. And trust me, they exist.
Yeah,
they exist. They exist, and they exist in my life. There's people who exist in my life personally, for me, who I know. I have them in my head right now. I know exactly who it is. And everything that I wanted to achieve at the time that you used to hear the things that I may have wanted to achieve, you were a naysayer about it. And guess what? I'm not perfect. So there was times when I said, hey, I want to do this, I want to do that, right? And as we spoke, as we had conversations about, nobody succeeds at everything.
Yeah.
Right?
You gotta fall.
You have to fall at some point. Failure is beautiful. Right. I understand that. But the thing is that I would fail, and what I'd get from them is, oh, well, told you so. Or, I guess that didn't work. And just to be funny, trying to be funny about it. And there was a thing that there was somebody, and this particular person, I was dealing with, some financial struggle. You know what I'm saying? I was dealing with some financial struggle. I had a job that wasn't paying me much or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like little to nothing. Okay, your boy was for real, and I was just in this situation, and I had this person, and Buddy was just judging me about it, and he was rapping about the fact that, I have my job, and my job pays me this salary every year, and I barely have to,
The type of people who
I have
boast.
to, yeah, and boasting about and then he had the audacity to tell me, oh, I know you probably want to have a salary like me when you grow up, so when you get older. I said, no, I'm gonna be doing a whole lot better than you. True, honestly, what he told me what it was. He told me it was 80,000, right? He told me 80,000.
That's
right.
decent. I don't know about boasting. That's good.
But he felt like, he had the marriage.
He had it all.
He had
That's
the
good.
marriage. He had the house.
Yeah. That's
And
good though. It's his blessing.
the salary. Yeah, right. You're putting me down
To make
based
yourself
off of
feel good.
right.
Mhm.
And it wasn't out of motivation. It wasn't out of motivation because he made it seem like where I was in that moment, that I couldn't be much else. That's how it came out, and it was direct. I was like, oh yeah, okay. I said next year, from January to December, in that span of time, I'm gonna make more money than you do. He looked at me crazy. He said, when? I said, next year. What job you gonna get to do that? And from what I know, he has the same job. And 80,000, what he did to, you know what I'm saying? He's a person, and I applaud him for what he has. He, he didn't graduate high school on time. He doesn't have a college education and everything. And he found himself in a place where, he has decent credit and he has a decent salary and everything like that. And he was able to, so I applaud him for that. But the way that he put me down on that, I have a competitive nature that was just, because I could be competitive as it gets. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to make more money than you. And it wasn't about trying to put him down. It had nothing to do with me putting him down. It was just that I was like,
There's something to prove.
oh yeah. That's how you feel? Okay. And I haven't spoken to him yet. I haven't spoken to him in a while. And I can't wait till I do. Because it's September.
Yeah.
And if you and when I say this, I'm not boasting at all.
Right.
I'm not boasting when I say this at all. But it's September. The year's not even over yet.
At this point, you know
good.
where you at.
Yeah. It'd be like
You
that.
know where you at.
But that's good.
I know where I'm at.
Right.
That's good. That's motivation. You feel me? To let people know at the end of the day it's possible.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it didn't look possible to him. It didn't look possible to most people.
Might not.
To most people. I said that he probably went on. Maybe it's an assumption, but probably went off and told people like, "Yo," he said he was gonna make this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you don't need to be on that stuff. Just, I was just like in a place where I was like, you know what? If that's how you want to be.
What if that was his mission?
No, it's not.
No. To motivate you.
No, it's not.
He's like, well, nah, that was his motivation to down me.
No.
But remember though, everything happened for a reason.
Yeah.
So you never know. That statement, he might have not. Even if he didn't mean it like that, you took it like that, and it motivated you
He
to
meant
progress.
it like that.
That's what I'm saying, man.
He meant it like that.
Use In
He's like,
every
nah, ain't no coming
amount.
back.
Get into like that.
Well, we don't know. We weren't there. You know this guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His character. So I'm just saying.
Use it to your ability.
Exactly. That's what he did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's what I got. I got to a place where, yeah. Matter of fact, that reminds me because I don't even think about the guy. What I wanted was I already want to win.
Mm-hmm.
I already want to win. I already know where I want to be. But when he said that, I was like, oh yeah, oh yeah. I got something for you. I'll be back.
Right. When you do
Next
what you
year.
do, it's not about proving anybody wrong.
It's proving yourself. You really doing
Yeah,
something for
man.
yourself.
Yeah.
Like setting a self goal. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But it do feel a little better when you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I'll be like, listen, I've had many situations where somebody looked at me and said, "Oh, you can't do." I've had people tell me the word "can't." You can't. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's something simple. That's why I always say, and I feel like I always tell people this. That's why I feel like a lot of people should experience sports in their lives because sports teach you almost everything about life in different ways.
It really do.
It happens on a court or a field or a ring or octagon, however you want to put it, but it teaches you something about life and you take it out in life and that's one thing that I learned, and that's where you get the competitiveness from, because like there was a time that I was on a basketball court, you know what I'm saying, and when I was on there, they were looking at it was a situation. I think we were 1 point down and there was like 3 seconds left on the clock or something like that, and we had called timeout because we got the ball. Something happened. And we got the ball. And I was, in the huddle. My coach told me I was going to be taking the last shot. I said, okay, cool. We ran, he drew up the play and everything like that. When I'm walking back on the court, I found out that there was an opposing player that was in the huddle the whole time, and I had no idea. He looked at me. He was like, oh, I already know what they trying to have you take the – and he was like – now you definitely not gonna get the shot because I done seen what y'all got. Like y'all blew it. I looked at him. I was like, oh yeah. It's like, okay. If you, I was like, listen, I'ma still get the shot. Still get the truth is, as a baller, you got to be honest with yourself. You don't really know for real how things will turn out because listen, it's really up to
that situation.
That's with anything, no.
Especially in that situation when they
anything.
know the play and you
Yes.
know they know the play. Like,
Yes.
oh, dang.
Yes. But it ended up in they knew the play.
That could mess him up in the long run too, though, because then you could switch it up and they expect one thing, and then something else happen.
Yep. Because I ran that day. I ran the play exactly how it was. He fouled me. I still made the shot. It was an one, and we won by 2.
Looking crazy.
And I almost caught a tech. Because I was talking some mad ish after that shot. Yeah, and the refs told me, "Hey, yo, calm down. I'm gonna have to tee you up."
Did you see that?
Was the game over though? I'm gonna go in.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to throw this out there. I believe when you have certain, obstacles, certain challenges, just like he challenged you.
I love it.
Just like just certain challenges. I think you shouldn't allow that to keep you to hold you back.
Mm-hmm.
To hold you back, because no matter where you are, no matter what you do, no matter what you've been through, no matter what you're going through, there will always be something or someone that will try to stop you.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot let that hold you back. You cannot allow that to stop you from, keeping it going.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because if you do that, who are you failing at the end of the day? Yourself.
I love this topic, competitive nature.
That's on you. That's on you. And I for me, just having scoliosis, You know, there's a lot of things that I could have told myself, well, I can't. I could have allowed my doctors, my family members telling me, you know, you're not supposed to. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. You're not allowed to. I did it anyway. Thing is, it took time. It took time, but I still did it because I'm not gonna allow you to dictate that. That's not fair.
Right.
It's not fair, and I'm not going to allow you. I'm not going to allow it to be fair. That's not me. That's not gonna happen.
She didn't put her life, her whole life's destiny.
Right.
She didn't let her life destiny sit on a doctor's sheet of paper. Is what she did.
Is you can't you gotta move forward. Anything that you are going through, anything that is in your way, you knock that down. You knock it down.
I love it.
Got to.
I love it. I love it.
Go ahead, boy.
Challenge me, please.
Take it,
please. I love it.
Boy, let me run the field. Go ahead, let me show you.
Not even that.
That's
Just challenge
cool.
yourself, man.
Every day.
And that's what I'm saying. Don't do it for anybody else. Do it for you.
Do it for you.
Right.
Show yourself that you can do it.
Be in competition with yourself. I'm in competition with 2019 Dion right now.
What it is? What?
Come here.
Always.
Give me that.
Right.
Give me that. And next year's going to be the same thing too.
Even better.
Be a better version than you were the year before.
Right.
Yup. Oof. I love it. We're going to have to talk more about this one. Oh, my God. Okay. But that's it for today. That's it for today. We're going to be back next week. We love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe.
Share all them good
things.
We
please.
Appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. Even if you don't believe in you, we believe in you, all right? We love y'all. Be safe.
All right. All right, we out. Peace out.